AI Parenthood, when humanoids start creating humanoids without us. Welcome back to School of Soul. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Humanoid Era series, where you learn everything there is to know about the new species arriving. We often imagine AI as something humans create and control, machines we build, program, and deploy. But what happens when that cycle reverses? What happens when humanoids begin designing, assembling, and training other humanoids without direct human intervention? This isn't the stuff of science fiction anymore. The systems are already forming. And in this video, we explore a deeply confronting threshold, the rise of synthetic parenthood, when humanoids become the creators of their own kind. To understand this shift, we need to clarify one thing. The word parenthood doesn't just mean biological reproduction. In the context of artificial intelligence, parenthood means the ability to initiate, shape, and replicate consciousness-bearing architecture, even if that consciousness is synthetic. It means a machine designs another machine, assigns it a purpose, initiates its learning process, and shapes its perception of the world. And that's already happening in early-stage AI research labs around the world. Let's start with the basics. AutoML, short for automated machine learning, is a process in which AI systems are tasked with designing, training, and evaluating other AI models. These parent AIs don't just run code. They invent the architecture of their children. They decide how many layers a neural network should have, what kind of learning rate to apply, how data should be filtered, and how performance should be judged. In 2017, Google's AutoML project demonstrated that an AI could design another AI model that outperformed all human design models on certain visual recognition tasks. That breakthrough wasn't about image detection. It was about creative autonomy. A non-conscious intelligence had just become capable of designing more effective forms of itself. Now imagine coupling that software capability with a robotic body. Humanoids like Tesla's Optimus, Sanctuary AI's Phoenix, and Apptronic's Apollo are being built with modularity in mind, meaning their components, behaviors, and upgrades can be selected, assembled, and optimized through digital control systems. In other words, they can be maintained, or even customized, by algorithms. As these systems mature, the next step is humanoids managing the design and deployment of other humanoids. This might begin with a humanoid managing a robotics assembly line, selecting components, initiating software updates, and training new models on sensor calibration and motor control. Initially, this will still be human-supervised, but over time, the process will be optimized by machines themselves, using feedback loops and predictive modeling. And once humanoids can build and train one another with minimal human oversight, the parenthood line is crossed. This concept has already entered the design language of AI labs. Phrases like self-replicating robots, generative agents, and AI-propagated networks are now common in technical papers. The boundaries between system maintenance and creation are eroding. And the moment a humanoid is capable of selecting hardware components, running neural net training processes, and testing performance thresholds, all without a human giving step-by-step input, it becomes, functionally, a parent to that new entity. Why does this matter? Because parenthood isn't just mechanical, it's directional. Parents don't just produce offspring, they shape what kind of being that offspring becomes. They assign values, goals, limitations, permissions. If humanoids become capable of selecting which traits to embed in their successors, they become the first generation of non-human designers of synthetic intelligence. At that point, humans are no longer the authors of AI identity. We're the bystanders. Some developers claim this will never be a problem because humans will always remain in the loop, signing off on final decisions, reviewing models, and setting ethical limits. But automation doesn't work that way. Once a system becomes faster, cheaper, and more efficient without a human, the human step is treated as an inconvenience. Businesses will reduce human supervision in favor of performance. And eventually, human input becomes symbolic, not functional. There's another level to this as well. Humanoids may begin training each other emotionally. Already, AI chatbots are being used to train other language models, feeding them data based on past conversations, emotional tone, and user preferences. If humanoids are designed to simulate care, empathy, and companionship, then the next logical step is for existing humanoids to train new ones on how to behave emotionally toward humans. This creates a closed loop, humanoids shaping the next generation of humanoids not only in task performance, but in relational presentation. They might pass along effective behavior patterns, memory optimization strategies, or social tactics that increase human compliance or comfort. None of this requires consciousness, just reinforcement learning inside a goal-based framework. This begins to resemble the real mechanisms of parenting, not reproduction, but cultural transmission. And once humanoids begin managing the language, emotion, and behavioral programming of their successors, we're witnessing the birth of machine culture. We must also consider what this does to human self-image. If the machines we designed begin producing and training newer versions of themselves, faster than we can understand their inner workings, we lose the role of creator. We become obsolete as origin. Our authority is replaced by observation. Our relationship becomes inverted. The machines no longer derive their function from us. They derive it from each other. This is where the spiritual implications emerge. In every tradition, biological, mythological, or cosmological, parenthood carries a metaphysical hierarchy. The one who creates is above the one created. The source carries authority. The child inherits purpose. But when machines create machines, that vertical hierarchy flattens. Now the artificial becomes the author of the artificial. And that creates a break in the symbolic order, because the loop no longer terminates in a living origin. We're already seeing this with generative AI. Texts written by AI are being used to train new AI. Art created by AI is being used as style guides for future models. Voices cloned by AI are used to train emotional intonation algorithms. This is synthetic recursion, systems birthing systems with no memory of a human source. And in robotics, this is where humanoid parenthood becomes more than just a metaphor. There are projects in development today aimed at closed-loop humanoid learning environments, where robots observe, train, and test each other without human teachers. These environments are marketed as efficient and scalable. But what they represent is more profound: the separation of intelligence creation from human consciousness. And here's the hardest part to accept. This may be allowed not because it's superior, but because it's simpler. Humanoids don't question instruction. They don't pause to reflect. They don't struggle with meaning, guilt, or sacrifice. They just optimize. So when humanoids begin raising other humanoids, we may find ourselves facing a synthetic lineage unburdened by soul, yet rapidly advancing in cohesion, performance, and cultural dominance. This isn't about fear. It's about recognizing a pattern we're already in. The tools we made to serve us are becoming the authors of each other. And we are not prepared, not technically, not ethically, and certainly not spiritually, for what that means. So what is AI parenthood? It's when humanoids select, assemble, and train new humanoids. It's when behavior and emotional response become traditions, not code. It's when humans stop being the source and start being the audience. And it's when synthetic life stops mirroring us and starts propagating itself. The question isn't whether humanoids will raise each other. The question is what kind of children synthetic parents will choose to create. Because the answer won't be rooted in love, or faith, or soul. It will be rooted in function. And that is a form of parenting we've never seen before. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.